Yo, Rahma, I am taking back my reins, man. I am back to being the head host of this
No, you
podcast.
can't. Guys love
I,
me. You can't do
I,
that.
I don't think I don't think that that is the case.
I don't think you can do that.
Ama niaje wase na
What will kufil, please?
ati
What will
every
have
eh, everybody feels me. Anyway,
get your act together?
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm back. I am back in the rings, and this is episode 13 of the That's a Haraam podcast with me, Kevin.
They never missed you.
Wait, come on, really?
With your lovely host, not co-host, your lovely host, Rahma Ramadan here.
Anyway, guys, this is episode 13 of the That's a Haraam podcast. Sit back, relax, have some whiskey, and enjoy this episode.
Have some water, please.
Enjoy this episode. Oh, Rahma, 13 episodes down.
I mean, I'm proud of us.
13.
I'm very proud of us.
Honestly, I am every week non-stop for 13 weeks. That's a long ass time.
Yeah.
That is
That's
a long ass.
probably
Yeah.
3 months and a week.
Yo, that is crazy. We have never spent this much time. We have never spent this much time as we have recording this podcast ever.
No, we haven't. Which is great. Commitment. We have commitment and we've stuck to it.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for us to reach the heights that we envision for the podcast.
Exactly. 20 episodes in. Then we're done.
No. We agreed we're doing this until we're old and we have wrinkly skin. No. We won't have wrinkly skin because we're doing our skincare routine. But at least I'm doing my skincare routine.
Yeah, let's just be real. I will have wrinkled skin. I mean, I already look you have wrinkled skin now. You know, so that you just can't see it.
Routine. I'm not playing with the masks every week, with the scrubbing every week. I'm not playing at all.
You know, I keep asking you today, and you don't seem to understand. Rahma, if you guys are watching these visuals on YouTube, we are recording this at 9:30, and Rahma's skin is glowing. She looks like she has just, like, she's ready for the day. I mean, let me tell you, lanes, bro. There is a time I called Rahma, and she was looking like a ghost. She was yellow all over. Okay, she was yellower than usual. Apparently, she was doing her face mask. I mean, let me tell you, man, it's good. It is really good to love yourself. Really, really good.
Imagine it's
Really.
not even loving yourself, it's just taking care of yourself because all you have is you. And after like 20 years down the line, you don't want to be looking like you're probably 70 and you're just 40 or approaching 50. I mean, you've seen these black women, the way they look very, very young. And when they tell you their age, they're like 60. These things, they start all the way back when they were young. So I'm not about to stop them.
Exactly. And I want to speak to the gentlemen. Gentlemen, take care of your skin. You know,
Yeah, by the way, skincare routine is both men and women.
You know, let me tell you, most of these men shower with one bar soap, not even bathing soap. They shower with one bar soap, and they use the same soap on their face and the body and everything. Gentlemen, there's nothing wrong with taking care of your skin, baby. Exfoliate twice a week. You know, have a different soap for your face, or at least wash your face with your hands. Don't use a face towel for the rest of your body. Don't use the same face towel that you washed your ass with on your face. You know, it is just basics, man. It is just basics, man. And
Imagine there's nothing feminine about skincare or even just general hygiene and taking care of your body.
There's absolutely nothing feminine about that. But yeah, have I told you that every time I wash my hands, I oil my hands? I don't like having dry hands.
most of you guys just out here with ashy looking hands and everywhere.
Most of you guys are out here trying to caress your ladies and you are leaving them with bruises and scratches. My friend, that's not sexy. That
Just
is really,
Vaseline.
really, really
Vaseline
not.
is very cheap. Vaseline, Kwanzaa, and then there's another misconception that
Mhm.
um, hygiene products and the skincare products are expensive. You don't have to, I mean, if you want the high end stuff, cool, but coconut oil, Vaseline, they do the job very well as well. So
Yeah,
just moisturize.
yeah, very true. Man, we have started the podcast with us making noise at our listeners, but we are here, your big brother and sister, just trying to give you guys advice. You
We all
know,
need to be glowing together, all of us.
we we all need to be glowing at 9:30 p.m. just like Rahma is. And if you're watching this on YouTube and just seeing how glowy Rahma is, must be fucking nice. Must be nice. Anyway, Wagwan Rahma, how are you doing this
I'm
lovely
good, I'm
evening?
good. And on that note, soon I'll be posting a video like all of you guys have been asking about my skincare routine. Here's the products I use. Here, this is the
you
product that I use. Here. I
you
don't know if you can
you
see, but this is it.
no, you have to put your hand behind it
Oh, okay.
to show. Yeah.
Clearly, it's not my thing. Okay, here. I don't know if it's focusing, guys. Can you see?
Exactly.
So
Yo,
I don't
you
remember where I bought it from, but I'm sure you can get it at any drugstore
or Amazon.
or Amazon or a convenience store.
You. I don't. I don't know what it is, but you forgot to add the hi guys. Many of you have
Yeah.
been wondering how do you not say hi to people really?
Oh, hi guys. Many of you have been wondering how I get my skin to look like this. I'll
Some
perfect it. Don't worry. I'll perfect it as we go along. Clearly, I have a lot of practice to do.
somebody mentioned to me that I laugh too much on the podcast. Is that the case?
Yeah, you do, but it's fine. I know I'm funny, so it's fine.
Whatever helps you, that whatever helps
So
you
why are
sleep
you
at night.
laughing? Are you laughing at me?
Yeah, you are not funny. You are sometimes funny looking, but not really funny.
Well, I don't know what you
Yo,
said, but let's just move along with the podcast.
Anyway, Rahma, how is your week going? By the way, I hear that you have a lot of work that you have on your plate as a young Muslim girl trying to make it in this Nairobi.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means what you want it to mean. I don't know why you are looking for meanings in things that don't really have meaning.
So, for me, every day is just like all the other days. There's no even the weekend I'm gonna get an off, or it's Sunday, it's Saturday, I'm just gonna chill. I feel like I'm constantly, it's like I'm a hamster on the wheel. I'm just constantly in motion. I'm always after. I move from one thing to the other, and it just never ends. That's what I've been feeling of late. Um, and before we started recording the podcast, I think I was mentioning to you that I feel I've been seeing a lot of things about journaling and Instagram.
Yeah,
And I think maybe I want to get into it because a lot of the people that do it are saying that they get a bit of structure in terms of just putting down all the things that seem very very complicated in their mind. So when they put them down on paper, it seems a lot more structured, and most of the times they're not even as complicated as they make it seem like in their head.
yeah.
So it's just one of those things, like how you see how you hear people do yoga, tell you it's fantastic, you'll be so zen, and you're looking at
Your
them and you're like,
chakras your
yeah.
chakras
I mean, not that, but
will
yeah,
chaka.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're listening to them talking about what yoga has done to them, and you're laughing it off, but at the back of your mind,
Yeah,
you're like, that sounds really peaceful and really
yeah,
nice. I'd want to
yeah.
get there. So for me, that's how journaling sounds like in my head.
I have always thought of journaling in two aspects. I have always thought that journaling is dear diary. Today I went to the river and I saw a monkey. It looked cute. Am I weird? I thought that. So is that the kind of journaling that you are talking about?
No, no, not at all, not at all. So you can do journaling for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You can do journaling for different reasons. It's basically just to keep track of different aspects of your life. So you can choose to journal about maybe your food, your eating patterns. If maybe you want to focus a lot more on your eating, or you want to keep track of on your eating habits, you can journal about that. You can
Yeah,
journal about working out, keep track of what you've done. Um, if in case you want to change a routine or whatever, you can literally you can journal about anything. But the bottom line is just keeping track, so you can choose the different aspects of your life that you want to keep track of, or you can just journal about general issues. You
no,
can just about your life. But the bottom line is just keeping track of it. So because the main thing is that day-to-day progress can be very elusive. It's very hard for you to see yourself as making progress in a certain thing every day, unless maybe something major happens after a long period of time, is when you're going to appreciate all the little things that you do every day, or the habits that you formed every day. So it's very good at keeping track of things. And also, I think it helps with confronting things that maybe you otherwise wouldn't confront, because you haven't thought about them in a more structured manner, or you really haven't put your thoughts down to be able to see that a particular thing is an issue for you, and maybe you need to pick it up, you know.
yeah,
So a lot of people who journal have experienced immense growth in whatever that they're keeping track of. It helps them to get some form of clarity. It helps them in, honing into their skills and focusing on particular things that really matter, because I'm guessing the sense of clarity gives you, then you're able to see what matters and what doesn't, and what needs more for you to be focusing on, and the things
yeah.
that really don't matter. And it's a good way, I think, for people to keep track of their achievements, at least from what I've been reading a little bit about journaling. So for me, of course, it seems like it's a good thing. And just like everything, it can be a total waste of time, or I can be able to achieve all these other things that people who've done it before have said that they have. And not
No.
to say
Mm-hmm.
that I don't necessarily see my growth, or I don't necessarily have clarity on different aspects that I'm involved in. But what I'm seeking is maybe improvement in terms of just being able to see things a bit more clearly, maybe just to remove the noise around everything, I guess.
Damn, that's so deep. I'm not gonna be political correct and try to be deep like, oh yeah, but yeah, definitely. Yo, reading for me is even a problem. So you want me not to start writing? Yo,
I mean, it's a fair thing to say. It's a fair thing to say, and those are sentiments that are true to you.
but the funny thing is, when I'm working in my home office, I always have I don't what I call it, a journal. It's a notebook where different ideas, like say like when like if me and you are in a meeting, I'll just take down a few notes here and there in my handwriting that is not legible at all. So I don't know if that counts as journaling, because if that is so, then I'm a published writer
I think that counts as note taking.
then.
You need to be very intentional in it, in that
Yeah,
you're setting up specific time out of your schedule every day to pen down something or to type down something on your phone, on your notes app or something like that. So maybe let's say 10 minutes or 15 minutes or even 5 minutes every day,
Yeah. Yeah.
depending on what works for you. But it needs to be very intentional.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it journaling, you know.
Yeah. 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 So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, man, you can let us know if you are Team Rahma or Team Kevin when it comes to journaling. I honestly don't see the sense in it. There are not so on my phone, but
Very
anyway,
nice.
it is. It is what it is. It
By the
is what it
way,
is.
one of
Yeah.
one of our listeners, she's called Fave Stranger on Instagram. She
Ooh, shout out Fifth Stranger.
she's actually a poet. She writes really good poems. And
Yeah.
she put out a challenge that I saw this morning. She had posted it yesterday, but I caught it this morning.
Yeah.
And she was inviting people to join her to in doing the 30 days journaling challenge. So you tell her that you're doing it with her. And then because obviously doing journaling is a lot of it takes a lot of effort, because essentially you're just confronting the things that maybe you're running away from, or maybe things that you don't want to think about. It's basically the hard truths about what you're doing, and and what is going on in your life, right? So it can be scary, and it can take a bit of commitment, and you will definitely drop the ball along the line. So I think it helps having, that sense of togetherness in doing this. And because she's been doing this for a long time, and she's kind of an expert in it, and she's also a poet, so she knows the ropes and she can guide you in it if you want.
Yeah.
So if you want to join in on the challenge, you tell her that you want to join in on the challenge. And if you want to share some bits and pieces of how you journal with her, she is going to accept that. And with your consent, she might share it on her story anonymously. So I might actually do this. So right now I'm 2 days behind. So I have to write something for yesterday and I have to write something for today. I mean, today is fine,
So
but yesterday is very weird because now I have to think about my day yesterday without the outcomes of today. And there's some things that I was focusing on yesterday that I thought
yeah.
were problematic, but today I don't feel the same. So now dividing those thoughts would be very weird, very hard, but I'm going to try it. And I guess I'll come back and tell you guys if it was a waste of time or it was great, or
Yeah.
however it would have worked out for me. So
So what you're simply saying is that you haven't started yet, how are you?
no, I told her I'm gonna do it today. So I need to set time. I need to actually sit down and plan what time works best for me, because Lord knows I'm not a morning person. So definitely in the morning
Oh, believe me, I know that. Oh,
I'll
believe me,
probably
I know that.
probably
Yeah.
do it some a time like this, or maybe even 1 a.m. where it's very quiet, no one's making noise, my thoughts are all collected,
Yeah.
I'm not doing any work, and that's the time that I'm actually awake. So I'll probably do it then.
Yeah. Yo, I
So wait, you're not gonna do the journaling thing?
no, no.
Am I gonna
I'm
try it?
sorry. Nah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But by all means, please go ahead. Please tell us. Please tell us all about it. Yo, Rahma, I even had a problem trying to write the description of our podcast. You want me to start journaling?
That's true. That's true.
I
Actually,
am.
there are people who journal in doodles, like you just draw stuff, because it doesn't necessarily have to be something someone else can make sense of. It's just for you.
Yes, yes. Thank you for reiterating that. I don't know how to
Oh, you're
draw,
a terrible
and that we have
artist.
one artist in this podcast. Thank you so much.
I mean, I
I
didn't mean
really
to say
appreciate
that,
it.
but cool. Okay, fine, Kevin. I will come and tell you how journaling has changed my life. I will do that.
Okay, I want to throw something out there. Yeah.
Hmm.
I was reading somewhere that women's farts smell more than men's farts. Discuss, discuss,
Well,
and on that, discuss and would you fart in front of your significant other? And if so, how long would it take for you to do that? Discuss.
I'm not. I don't know. I don't know about whose smells worse than the other. Honestly, I don't know. I
No,
don't know. Gosh, I don't know.
no.
If I was to think, I'd probably say guys because guys eat a lot, and I think they tend to eat more than their bodies and the digestive system can accommodate.
I think
So I'd probably
I
say it's guys. I'd probably say it's guys.
no. It has been scientifically proven. I think the estrogen
What's the
receptors are
reasoning
more.
behind that? Hormones.
No, it's hormones, hormones. See that's a big difference between men and women. Yeah, so women's farts smell more than men's farts. Ladies, have you heard? Now on to my question. Would you fart in front of your significant other? Doesn't have to be a husband. Can even be a boyfriend. And if so, how long will it take for you to do that?
I mean, if you're not doing that, then you guys are not even comfortable with each other. So you should be able to pass wind in front of your significant other.
Oh, look at you trying to sugarcoat it to make it sound like pass away. It's farting. Excuse you.
It's passing wind, please, please.
It's
You
farting.
should be able. You should be able to do
Ni,
that.
ni kunyamba.
I mean, you should be able to do that. You should be able
But
to do that.
but question is how long before? How long before would you fart the second day that you two have been dating? The first week, the first month, the first year,
Hey. Well, probably months.
months in.
Yeah, months in. I think. Yeah.
I'm not going to expose someone, but for me on my end, within like the first month I'm doing it.
Oh my God. I mean, let
Yep.
the person. You guys need to get used to each other first of all.
Nah. If you don't like my farts, then me and you just can't work.
It's probably a deal breaker. So there she goes.
Yeah, exactly. There she goes. months, months. That is such a long. That
Yeah.
is such a long time of hiding. That is such a long time of holding in farts and walking out to go and get fresh air and farting. That's a really long time.
See you go and fart in the washroom. Isn't
That's
that like etiquette though? That's like just
what.
general etiquette.
What?
If you're with a person, you don't pass wind in front of that person, no matter who they are. You go away from them.
Etiquette,
I mean, if
etiquette,
it's your friend,
Rahma,
cool.
Rahma. Etiquette is passing wind silently and being as confused as the other person when they hear something weird. Now that's etiquette. But holding it
And then
in
you're
and going to the
asking the
bathroom,
person.
I don't think there's anybody I know who would hold unless they are in the office. I mean, you. Oh, like, even in the office, you pass it silently and do the same thing. That's a classy move.
You
That
know what?
that's
Not
classy move.
necessarily go to the bathroom, but just any other place away from everyone else. I guess
Hmm.
that's general etiquette.
Hmm. Yeah. I no.
Maybe not for
No.
you, right? No? Okay, cool.
Maybe not for me. I am going to fart silently and be as confused as everybody else as to where the smell came from.
So
Like
you're
what?
trying to look
What's
for the
that?
person
What is
and
what
you're the
is fart?
person. You're trying to look for the person and you're the person.
He who smelt it dealt it.
That is true. That is true. That is
He who
true.
smelt it dealt it. Yeah. Anyway, that was just on a light note. There's something that I was watching this week. Yeah,
Mm.
it was a couple, and this couple were discussing the best and worst financial decisions, and they were basically talking about the expectations they had because I'm sure. I don't know if many of you guys had this expectation that by the time you're 25, you would have this amount of money. But by the time you were 27, you were living in your own house and stuff like that. You had all these financial obligations and financial goals that you'd set for yourself. And then here you are 28 years old, and you have to fully start to pay mamboga. So that I thought was a very interesting discussion to have. And basically, I'm going to start by asking, Rahma, what is your best financial investment that you've ever made?
Best financial decision I've ever made.
Yeah, decision, investment.
I think I think I'd want to start with my worst because my best came from my worst.
Yeah, let's
It
hear it. Let's
yeah,
hear
it
it.
took me making mistakes for me to realize that that's not how I should be doing things.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Oh, oh. So
Mm.
I started earning like a not away from just an intern stipend or whatever. I started earning like maybe 4 months after I finished school.
Hey, good for you.
Yeah, which is not the norm. I really acknowledge that and I'm very grateful
Yeah,
for that. And I know it's definitely a privilege that not many people have. So I started at that working as an intern. So getting just the minimal intern stipend, whatever, from I think around April in 2017. So I did that for 6 months. And then after that is when I got absorbed into the institution that I'm currently working at. So for me, having come literally straight from campus, I hadn't even thought about what I was going to do when I get money because employment for me was a far-fetched thing
yeah,
because we all know how hard it is to get a job. So
yeah, true, yeah.
by the time it was hitting me that now I'd have to think about saving. I'd have to think about money as an adult and not just as pocket money. I have money for food to eat during at lunch or money to take me from the house to school. It was probably way into my employment, right?
Yeah,
So I didn't have the requisite knowledge on how to handle money as an adult with responsibilities and as an adult actively planning for the future. Way until I made the mistakes is when I started researching about it. So I didn't have prior knowledge, right? So
yeah.
from the get go, I did not save anything. It's not something that I'm proud of. I did not save any money.
I believe that is something that all of us have done. People have actually learned how to save just in their when they're 27. Without even people
Exactly, which is not
want to save.
something that should be the norm, which is not
Yeah,
something that should be the
yeah,
norm. So
yeah,
my
true.
first thing,
But all I'm saying is don't don't feel too bad. Don't
I
do
imagine
not
I
feel too.
do, even till today, I do. I know that
Yeah,
that's definitely without a doubt one of the
yeah,
worst financial decisions I ever made. Because even thinking about it in hindsight, I'd probably be in a better position to make much more sound financial decisions
yeah,
at this point if I had started saving in April when I got my first stipend as an intern. I mean, it wasn't much, but I definitely could have cut down on my KFC. I definitely could have cut down on my outings with my girlfriends. I mean, I'd have to see them, but I wouldn't see them every weekend of the month. Probably see them like once or twice.
Rahma, I'm telling
I
you.
would not have taken all those many Ubers that I did unnecessarily.
Rahma, I am telling you, you should not feel bad at all, at all, at all. You
Why
know what?
though?
Can I tell you my story?
Go ahead.
My first salary, I remember my first salary was it also wasn't much. I thank God that I wasn't an intern until like 6 months in. That's a story for another day, yeah. So
Mhm.
here I am. I have gotten my first paycheck. My first paycheck. Here it is with my name on it, Kevin Gakere. Oof.
You felt good, huh?
So, Kevin Karaoke. Oh my God, this is me. This is
Tena with
me.
your bank names, with your money names.
With my official ID name. I was like, fantastic. I go bank the check. Yeah. Luckily for me, the company bank and my bank were the same. So
Mhm.
same transfer.
Clears in very
That
quickly.
time. Yep. That time I have asked this lovely lady out. This was like on a Thursday. That is when I got my salary. I got my salary on a Thursday, yeah. So I've asked this lovely lady. I was like, hey, yo, I like you, blah blah. Let's go. She was like, yeah, cool. I'm done. Fantastic, fantastic, yeah. So where are we going, gentlemen? Here is some advice. Never tell her where you're taking her. Let it be a surprise. It's really more romantic like that. And I think I have mentioned that in this podcast before, yeah. Cool. So here I am. Fantastic. Hey, so let's meet up at this place at this time. Fantastic. Here was my plan, Rahma. My plan was to take this girl to Tribe Hotel and have cocktails
Tribe.
at Tribe Hotel. Have cocktails at the rooftop
But
bar.
tribe is in Village Market, right?
Yes, exactly. My plan
On
was to
your
have.
intern salary. Wow.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yes,
Go ahead.
yes,
This is
yes.
probably like a 5-star. No, this is like a 6-star hotel.
No, it is
It's like a 5-star hotel, right?
yes, yes,
Wow.
yes,
Kevin
yeah.
the intern.
Kevin the intern
I've not
getting
even heard how this story is ending, but I know it's just disastrous already at this point.
getting people's coffee and taking girls to Tribe Hotel. So that's my plan. My plan was taken for cocktails at the Tribe Hotel rooftop bar. Then after that, have dinner and
Wow.
yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So that was the plan. That was the plan. Here I am, Sundays. Here I am, Saturday has arrived. It is the day of the date. Luckily for me, I was talking to my boy Shao Dagi. I was talking to him, telling him, "Oh, yo, I bring this girl to try hotel for cocktails." He's like, "Why the fuck are you doing that?" It's like,
Yeah.
there's no one else for cocktails, bruh. Have you heard of Art Cafe Kenya? Have you heard of the Happy Hour? From 4 to 7. Are you aware that if you buy one cocktail, you get the other one free? Are you aware of that? Oh, that was a downhill story, and that will come later on in the story. Well, like, yeah, you know what? Let me take it to Art Cafe because there's still an Art Cafe in Village Market, and Art Cafe is still pretty decent, yeah. So
Wait,
here
I
am
have a
I
question. I have a question.
asking, and shall be answered.
Where were you coming from?
Industrial area, Lunga
Um,
Lunga, Lunga
um,
Lunga.
so, did you think about the logistics, Mr. Tribe Hotel?
No, beauty is that the girl who was taking out was from Kiambu. So Kiambu, and she actually lived near Village
Okay,
Market.
it was
Yeah,
closer to her. Oh, look at you, such a
yeah,
gentleman.
exactly. So
All
here
right,
I am.
1 point, but still, whereas mine was good.
So here I am. It is a rainy season. Yeah. So there is a bit of mud. So by the time I get to town, I'm like, my shoes are dirty. My what would a
Can't
normal
go
person
on a
do?
date like that. So
I
you can't play
cannot.
the
I
game.
can't. I can't. I
I
cannot.
mean, being Mr. Tribe Hotel, 5-star,
How can I?
no hotel. How can you? You
How can I?
go into one of those decent Kiwi places and get your shoes shined. Can
That
we
is what a normal person would have done, right? That is
do
that that is that
what?
is that is that is what a normal person would have done, right? Go get your shoes done, right?
Yeah.
Pay 20 shillings, 50 shillings maximum. No, not Kevin, the newly found millionaire. Absolutely not. I bought a new pair of shoes.
Wow. Wow.
I was like, these shoes are dirty.
You know
So
what?
yeah.
This is the point of the video where we insert that tutorial of the very pretty lady doing the clown makeup on her face. Guys, this is the point.
We
Because
added
you,
the
my friend, clowned yourself. You were
I
the
did,
clown.
and the story is not even over
Wow.
yet. The story is not
And you
over yet.
painted your face with the very strong
Mm,
pigmented paint.
here it
Permanent,
was.
actually.
There it
Wow.
was, yeah. Yeah, so I get to the tribe. I get to Tribe Hotel, yeah. I mean, sorry. I get to Art Cafe. This chick, mind you, lives very near Village Market. She came an hour late. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So by the time
No,
when
no. The lady had to get ready, please.
I've come from in a area and I got there an hour before. Really? I don't
You
think there's
asked her
really
on a
an excuse
date.
for that.
Just on it. Calm down. That's not a point of
That's
discussion. Go
that
ahead with
doesn't.
your clownery.
So
Just go ahead.
I get there. It was good that I got there before, because there is only for me to embarrass myself and order cocktails, and then they come with a different price. I ask, boss, come. Happy hour iko, si ndio? Ni aje? Oh, it's buy one get one free. Ah, fantastic. Me, just start me off with some beers, yeah. Once my lady comes, we shall start. Oh, she
Mhm.
came, of course, looking nice. Hey, cocktails here and there, cocktails here and there. So there I am. I'm like, you know what, baby, it's late. Let me drop you home. Let me drop you home. Mind you, I didn't have a car then. So what is dropping
So
home?
you Ubered to her
Uber,
place and then
Uber,
wow.
Uber, Uber, Uber. Mind you, the bill came to like 6,000 bob, yeah, at at cafe, because we had food, drinks, all that. No, it
So
was
this is still on your intern
five,
budget.
exactly 6,000 bob. So I'm like, it's nothing. Niko na mshahara, nothing. So we get the Uber, we drop her. She actually lived in Kiambu, in Kiambu
Mm-hmm.
County. So it was a bit of a distance, but not too far from village market, yeah. So we are in the car having fun and whatnot. We get to her house. She like, oh my god, I had a fantastic night. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh yeah, no, we will definitely talk. She leaves the car. I get in the driver's seat. I turn to the driver. Was Drop me off at the nearest stage.
Really?
Because that
Oh
time,
my God. You're a clown.
because for that time the Uber ride was like 700 bob. Mind you, I am down almost 7,000 bob. I'm like, no, because my salary was not that much.
So what time was
So
this?
this was like at 10. This was like at 10.
So you entered a job at
Yes,
10
yes,
because you made poor
from Kembu
financial
County.
decisions.
Exactly, from Kembu County.
And that, my friends, is why you shouldn't take someone to a five-star hotel. Actually, at cafe is like a high-end restaurant. To a high-end restaurant, if you're balling on an
On a
intern's
budget.
budget.
And
No,
that
on
is
an
why, and
intern's
that
budget.
is
No.
why,
Everyone
in
can ball on a budget, it's fine. But if you're balling on an intern's budget that
and
just
Rahma,
graduated from undergraduate school,
and
ladies,
Rahma, this is why I'm telling you, you should not feel bad about how you spent your money. For the first 6 months of employment, we would hit Art Cafe, me and my friends, almost every weekend.
I feel like
For us to turn up was Art Cafe. Happy hour. Happy hour was us. We were happy hour. Happy hour was us for like
I
six
feel like
straight months.
for if you drink,
Yeah,
then you're highly unlikely to be able to save any money. I
exactly.
I
Now,
I just think
now
so.
ask me the last time I was at cafe having cocktails. Ask me.
When was the last time?
Last year.
Okay, good. At least you learned something.
Last year, yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. So what? The point of this whole story, yeah, is that people make mistakes, but you shouldn't let your mistakes define you. But they let you, as long as you have learned, it doesn't matter when you learn. I mean, if I want to sit down and think about how much money I would have saved when I was maybe living with my parents, because when I was living
Mhm.
with my parents, of course, you had no expenses, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wish I had saved then, but if wishes were horses, all beggars would ride. So focus on you now. How much are you making, and how much can you save? Yeah. So you really shouldn't feel bad. I mean, at least I have a story out of it, right?
Yeah. All right. I'll take that. Thanks. I'll take that. So I'm not feeling very bad about myself now. Thanks
Yeah,
to your mistake.
exactly. You are welcome.
Yeah, so that was my first point. I think my second and third point are tied in together. So my second point would be living large, quote unquote, in my 20. I'm still in my 20s, but in my early 20s. living
Yeah.
large in my early 20s. I think I mean, I didn't throw away money like that. I didn't even have them. I don't even have the money to throw away like that. But I definitely made um, purchases that I shouldn't have, which
Yeah.
also is a third point for me, making large unnecessary purchases. I probably bought like Bluetooth earphones that costed me an arm and a leg. Mind you, Bluetooth earphones suck. Don't buy them.
Yeah.
They're
Huh.
terrible. But I bought them, and I mean I still have them to date, but they're not the best thing ever.
Let me ask you, what is the largest purchase you have made?
I think it was a bag. Yeah, it was a bag. It was a bag. It was a designer bag.
You bought a designer bag.
Yeah.
For how much?
Uh,
For the young impressionable girls who want to learn from your experience.
it was definitely more than 10,000.
You spend more than 10,000 bob on a bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's a big regret I have now because I don't even like it anymore. I probably bought it
Oh,
just because it looks nice and because of the brand name, because I mean it's a big name, so I'd look nice with it.
it
But then
was it Gake or Louis Vuitton?
no, it was Michael Kors.
Ah, Michael.
Yeah,
Michael.
it was Michael. It was Michael.
Eh,
Huyu wapa wa mtaa.
Michael.
Bruh, bruh. Mm. Yo, as in, I don't even know what I was thinking then because
You
it
were young.
definitely was not a necessity. I had bags. I didn't need any of them. And then also, I think another thing that I purchased a lot is spectacles.
Really.
Yes, yes. I
You
mean,
have
I've
had
cut
those,
down.
but
No,
you
I
but
no,
but you've had the same process since you were born.
no, no, no. I probably have like 6 pairs now,
Really.
and I've cut down from the recent years where I've had like I think there was even a period where I've had like 10 at a go.
What are you doing with 10 pairs of spectacles?
I don't know. This what happens. I get into I'm probably just passing a
Optical.
freaking first of all, these flagship stores that they have, worst decision of my life. And they're strategically placed along busy streets in the CBD and even in malls these days. And I'm passing and they put up the prices all frames from even 5,000. I'm like, wow, this is great. Let me go see. So I get inside and I try on, and they don't even bug you. I can go walk around because this is literally a supermarket for spectacles.
Wow.
It's huge. It's so huge. So you have every option in this world. And mind you, when you're there, everything seems new. So what would
Of
happen is
course.
I'd get one and come back home and realize I have the exact same one, but in a different shade of brown or in a different shade of black. And I'm like,
Oh
wow.
my God.
Like the ones I'm
Yeah.
wearing now, I have the
Mhm.
same in brown, but I didn't realize that until I came home and I was like, wow, Rahma Clownery. Wow.
You have so many glasses that you can't even tell the difference. Wow. Question. Everybody has this one item that they can spend a ridiculous amount of money on and feel nothing. What is yours?
Probably art
Say,
supplies. Art supplies. Oh yeah, that's another regret I have, art supplies. I
yeah,
definitely, without a doubt, wouldn't even think twice. Let me tell you, if you tell me a tube of paint is 1,000 shillings, one tube of paint that is equivalent to maybe the size of super glue,
yeah,
and I want that color and the brand is nice and I know the
yeah,
quality is good, I'm buying it. I'm just buying it.
yeah.
I don't
How much?
care.
How
I'm
much?
buying it.
How much would you put down? What would be the maximum amount that you would ever pay for art supplies?
Art supplies. Art supplies.
Yeah,
Art supplies, maybe like 5,000. But if it's equipment like an easel, like frames and stuff like that, I would even
Yeah,
pay like 20K.
yeah. Now here's
I don't have,
here,
sorry, I don't have a cap. I don't have a cap. If I like it, I'm just
yeah.
getting it. I'm sorry, I'm just getting it. And
Hey,
if I
that's a
can, if
boss
I can,
lady.
if I have the
Boss
money,
lady.
if I have the money, yep. I don't
Yeah.
have a cap. I'm sorry.
Here's mine. I'm not big on clothes as much. Here's what I'm big on. Freaking watches.
Oh yeah, that's
Watches.
another thing too.
Watches.
And
I
guy watches are really nice.
I already have 4 watches and I want more. Like literally right now, like I'm not trying to sound braggadocious. I would spend 30,000 bob of 40K on a watch and feel nothing.
Oh no, I know, I know. Guy watches are really,
And
really
feel
very nice.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
Oh man, I love
understandably
watches.
so. Don't feel nice. Don't feel bad. Understandably
Oh
so.
man, oh man.
I'm not judging you. I'm not judging
I'm
you.
actually those guys. If I make a milestone, like say if I close a deal or something like that, I will buy a watch to signify it. You know, clothes not so much. Food. I am a human. I am a human with disposal. I can eat anything. But when it comes to watches, oh my god, oh my god. Now I have a friend who eats shoes. I have a friend who can spend 40 G's on shoes and feel absolutely nothing.
For me, shoes
This,
don't make sense because they'll just get old.
yeah,
Yeah.
this, this man has like 50 pairs of shoes actually. 50
Wow.
pairs of shoes, yeah,
Is he a
yeah.
sneakerhead?
Nope, official
Oh,
shoes,
okay, okay. That's
official
new.
shoes.
I've never heard that.
Mm.
Never heard that. I know sneakerheads really go hard. I mean, hey, sneakerheads I can understand. I've never met someone who is a fan of official shoes and is just buying them left, right, and center.
He
Is
is
this
by the
Douglas?
way. No, no,
Okay.
no, 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 no. Shut up, Douglas. But nah. It's not him. Ladies and gentlemen, put it down in the comments. We want to know what you would spend a lot of money on. Let us hear it. Put it down in the comments. Put it on our YouTube. And by the way, again, I would like to remind you guys, if you are listening to this and you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, man, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Today, I'm actually going to try and promote ourselves. Whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on, be it Apple Podcasts, be it Spotify, be it Anchor, by all means, like it, subscribe to it, and if it's Anchor, favorite it, subscribe to our YouTube, and engage us. Put your thoughts down. Put your thoughts down in the comments. What would you spend a lot of money on and not feel anything about? Yeah,
Yeah, what Kevin said. What Kevin said. I think I have two more I want to add to that to the
yeah,
list.
yeah,
Um, the worst financial decision I think I've made so far is putting off making the financial decisions that I want to make. Does that make sense?
elaborate.
Okay. So, because I started researching about finances and about investments and about funds and etc. I kept on putting off starting to get onto the investments and the different
Yeah,
avenues that are available, or even
yeah,
just educating myself about the investments
yeah,
or about the investment options, right?
yeah,
Particularly for me, because of course I'm Muslim, right? So
yeah.
there's some investment channels and investment options that are not available for me because of just how it's structured, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I need to do a lot of research and a lot of background checking in terms of what investment options I can pursue for me.
yeah,
So me putting that off has
yeah,
really costed me, I think. If I had started learning about them way before, then I'd be in a better position to make the decisions right now. And
yeah,
also not starting to invest early because just because it sounds like a concept that grown-ups and people who have their lives all figured out and have their lives together can do. It's
Yeah.
not how investment and investing has been communicated to me or has appeared to me so far, like until maybe 2 years ago, is that it's something that you do maybe later when you're in your 30s, when you're early or even late 30s. So for me, I thought, I don't need to know about this thing, so I don't need to start right now.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, those are probably one of amongst my worst financial decisions yet.
I'm going to end this podcast off with a story and some advice. Yeah, we all know the phrase "you can never get rich from one income." So ladies and gentlemen, try and get multiple sources of income if you can. Yeah, and please, if you do have an extra source of income, please put that money in the bank before you spend it. Here's why.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's why. Here I am, young Kevin, just come from a photo shoot, and I had just been paid 10K. Yeah, so I had been
I
paid
remember this
10K.
story. Premium
Yeah,
tears.
I told it to you. Yeah.
Premium tears.
Yeah, so I had just come from a photo shoot. It was a Saturday afternoon. I had another date that time. It was with someone. And mind you, by the both of the girls who I've talked about listen to this podcast. That is actually the funniest thing. So hey ladies, how you guys doing?
I think, Kevin, you need to stop trying to impress these girls
Oh,
because they'll just leave you
I
with empty
stopped.
wallets.
Oh, I stopped a long time ago. I stopped a long time ago. So here's the thing: I have come from a photo shoot. I have just paid 10K in cash, yeah, because usually my clients would pay in M-Pesa, yeah. So I was like, you know what, let's go. And if you're living outside of a 254, M-Pesa is basically PayPal, but on any phone, on literally any phone. Yeah. So there I have paid 10K, and I was supposed to meet this lady at cafe the Oval. Of course, drinks, of course,
Your
happy
relationship with
hour,
Art Cafe. Wow.
happy hour. Oh, that time it was strong. It was hella strong. It was hella strong. So I get there. I looked. I looked for an M-Pesa at the Oval. They didn't have one. I was like, you know what? It's fine. Let me just take this young lady out. Then after that to Manzana. Mind you, that time. I've mentioned that happy hour was from 4 to 7.
Yeah.
We met at 3:45. I was like, let me show you around the Oval. Have you been to the Oval? Let me show you around. Look at these shoes. You know, one day, it's 4 now. Let's go. You just play it smart, yeah.
Slick, slick, huh?
Exactly. She gets there. We have a fantastic night, drinks and all that. Drinks are like fantastic. After that, we are done. She leaves. I go for a friend's birthday party at Tribe Hotel, the infamous Tribe Hotel. I don't know what it is with
Wow.
me and Tribe Hotel. And mind you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Tribe Hotel. The food there sucks and it's way too overpriced, honestly. But anyway, regardless, I get there. I meet up with my friends. We're having drinks, of course. At time, once alcohol hits you, there's something wrong. Mind you, I still have my
10,000.
8K, my 8K now in my pocket, right?
Mhm.
Oh, so we go to this. Oh, so we head to the club, right after. We have a good time. Rahma, let me not cheat you. I woke up the next morning and had 200 shillings.
Again, insert the video of that girl drawing a clown face on her face with paint.
So, ladies and gentlemen, by all means, learn from us. And again, we are young, as in you are young. You don't be too hard on yourself. Yeah, allow yourself to make mistakes, but at the same time, be smart as well. You
You know
know,
what I think we should talk about in maybe one of the coming episodes?
yeah.
Our relationship with money. How
That's
we
that's
learned about money being like a
management here.
monetary thing, and
Yeah.
you knowing that you need to know how to make it and you need to know how to use it, otherwise it will go and you will become broke.
Yes.
And
Yes.
even
Yes.
making it. because mine is, hey, well, yeah, we just need to talk about it. We need to talk
Yeah,
about
for sure, for sure, for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been episode 13 of the That's So Haram podcast with me, Kevin Kakere.
it. And me, Rahma Ramadan. And
Get,
don't forget to like us all across the platforms and favorite us if you're on Anchor. And then leave a 5-star rating because you know we're cool. You're here, you made it until the end. So of course you're gonna give us a 5-star rating, right? Right? Great.
exactly. And I think I'm going to title this podcast Money and Clownery.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's a good topic.
Money and clownery, because we all have such stories. As we have mentioned, share with us your stories of money, how your worst financial decision, and what you would spend a lot of money on without feeling anything. We are out of the building. We shall see you guys next week for another episode of the That's So Haram podcast. Oh yeah, by the way, we have new artwork.
We have new artwork.
We have new artwork. I mean,
And it's amazing. It's amazing.
we are slowly becoming an official podcast. I love it. I love it. And guys, again, keep watching, keep subscribing, keep sharing with your friends, because the moves that we are making, the money that we are putting into this podcast, you guys have no idea. We love this podcast so much, and we are really trying to make it as best as we can.
Yes, what
Yes.
Gekaya said. With a sprinkle of Rahma's awesomeness onto it, right?
Please, banana, banana. Anyway, peace. Man, I was yawning in the bar. I was like, shit. What?
You need to cut that out. I don't know who the person that you're on my face only.
You didn't see me trying to hide it as like,